Hello, welcome back. It's Fred in the Shed, Fred in the Shed 2, and just a little bit of a Continental's coming in on the FM on this very bright Sunday morning. Right, you remember on the last video that I did, which was the guys that had a little bit too much to drink and decided to come onto the radio? Well, if you remember, I said that I had a couple of videos, or at least one video, that I had a lot of adult content, a lot of swearing on that video, and I wasn't able to put that on either of my channels due to YouTube regulations. And the guy that sent me that video, my mate Sean, he got in contact and he said, well, Fred, as you know, I've got a little small YouTube channel. I don't care. I'm willing to put those videos up if your guys want to see them, because I did have a few comments. People said, oh, you know, we really would like to see those videos. So Sean has done that. Sean has put up a couple of videos on his channel, one in particular that I will link you to, and that's really, really good of Sean to do that. Now, before you all run off and view this video, I have to be very, very, very clear. These videos contain a lot of bad language. It is extremely adult content. It's not aggressive, it's not racial, anything like that, but it's a lot of guys talking on the FM, on the 19, like a lot of guys would talk when you all get together, maybe perhaps down a pub or at football, something like that. And there is a lot of swearing. Almost from the word go, there is a lot of bad language, a lot of swearing. So if you are in any way offended by foul language and you find that offensive, please do not watch the video. Okay, on the other hand, if you can take, you know, if bad language doesn't really offend you at all, then yeah, you might enjoy it. I find it amusing personally. I was born in London, so it doesn't really offend me. Let me just explain a little bit about this video that I'm going to link you to. It was recorded by my mate Sean. Sean has been on CB for a long time. He's having a little bit of a CB holiday at the moment, but I'm hoping he's going to come back on at some point in the future. Sean lives in Dagenham, which on one side of the River Thames, and then the main guy that you hear is a guy called Dave Newcross. His handle is Newcross because he lives in New Cross, and that is south of the water in London. These are all London stations, by the way. It's a bit of a sad ending to this video at the end. I'll explain that in a minute, but basically Dave was a sort of guy that if you upset Dave in any way, then you knew about it. He would come on to CB and he would sort of hold court and put the world to rights. Take him or leave him, that's how he were. He might offend some people, other people found him amusing. I think Sean really enjoyed his rants on the radio, but he would take court on radio and he would put the world to rights. So this other guy that he's talking about, this Terry McCann, it appears what happened was there was another CB operator that went silent key. He died, he passed away, and these radio guys turned up at his funeral, and this guy Terry McCann turned up rather scruffy and unkempt, and Dave Newcross thought that was disrespectful for the deceased. And he sets about telling him exactly that on the video, exactly what he thought. He does not hold back. Unfortunately, Terry McCann, the other guy, is just a bit too far out from Sean's QTH, so you can't really hear his reply. Not that you really need to, because Dave sort of says it all in his very, very own way, with a lot of bad language, unfortunately, if you don't like that. But I mean, I was born in London. I sort of, when I left school, I went to work with Londoners. It doesn't bother me. I find it sort of quite amusing. So that's the background of the video. Dave Newcross. Now the sad part is that not that long after this video was made, Dave himself became suddenly quite ill and did in fact die. So that's really, really sad. So there would have been obviously another funeral for Dave Newcross, and I just hope that everybody turned up smart and presentable. Otherwise Dave would have been spinning like mad in the coffin. So sadly, Dave Newcross no longer with us, but he's kept for all time here on this video that Sean made, and it's nice to sort of hear him again, even though the language is a bit ripe. But anyway, the link for that will come up, it will pop up on the screen round about here any sort of second now, and I say I've left a link in the description to go away. If you go onto Sean's channel, please, Sean isn't a regular kind of YouTube creator, so yeah, by all means leave a comment on Sean's channel, but please be nice to him. I don't want to see any arsey comments over there. That's that, because he's doing me a favour by putting this up. But anyway, so it's there for if you want to watch it, if you really want to, it's there. And well, that's it really. Cheers, thanks for tuning in to Fred in the Shed too, and yeah, as always, catch you on the next one. Stay safe.